Chuck's back. Just bought this from Kmart. It's a 1080p outdoor camera that can have a 128 gig SD card attached to it. Now, it's done by Genio and it only works on 2.4 bandwidth. So yeah, take it as you will. This is made in China, so if you have a problem with their security, then don't run these. I'm not worried about it. So it's got motion detection, night vision type detection. It's got a dust cover on. It's IP66, and it's got a couple other things. So let's have a look at it. Okay, this is what you get when you pull it out of the box. Now, the first thing you need to do, and I worked out straight away, is this sits like that. You're not going to get this into there. You can bend it and try and get it in there. And guess what? Even when you bend it, this thing is not going to fit onto there. I'll give you an example why. This connector needs to be that long. Yep, that long to get it to fit the antenna onto it. And if you look at it, they've put on all these washers and things like that, which they shouldn't have done. I could probably undo it and try and put it on there, but I'm going to have a lot of stuffing around. Now, I did have this from a long time ago. I got this. It's a bit too, it's over the top actually. Way too long for me. Wish I had a small one. But this will fit onto there. But I'm telling you right now, the antenna won't fit at all. And so that will tighten up onto there. And the other end will go onto the longer bit, but it won't fit. I spent ages upon ages trying to fit it. So yeah, Genio, you've made a mistake, or your Chinese manufacturer's made a mistake and has not made these connectors long enough to put your 2.4 antenna on it. So what are you going to do, mate? I don't know. Anyway, what else comes with it? Let's have a look at that while we're here. That's it, the main mistake that they've made here. So you've got this connector here, which you can run RS232 on, and it has a plug connector. I'd say that in here we'd have, I'm looking for the other plug to cover it up. I thought it would be this stuff here to cover. What I can say is this is solid. This is really rigid. It's a good 1080p camera. We will be plugging in the software in a minute and having a look at it. It has a button here that comes off there. So that would be good once I get that off. Just a straight, cheap push button there. I've started to believe that Genio don't really go to the factories and do any checking, and I think they're getting theirs from a brand that's available over there, and they just rebadge it, which is disappointing, because if you're going to do something, do it properly, do it straight away. Now the brochure looks okay, standard brochure, shows the antenna, security, and it's got that for waterproof kit for the RJ45 port. So that's a waterproofing kit, but no cover to cover it up if you're not using it, which can cause a lot of problems. So you're going to have to tape that up with a bit of tape, and it looks stupid if you don't have white tape or creamy white tape to cover that thing up. Why did you do that? You know, let's be serious. It's the ABS plastic. It probably costs stuff all to make it. And yeah, so there's a little picture of it all. Plug it in, scan that, and we'll be able to attach it to the system. I do like that idea that they've got there. Okay, take that back. That fits over the Cat 6 or Cat 5 connector. Well, like I said, I've stuffed up here with the antenna. And to get the antenna, you have to unscrew, use the selected hex key to unscrew that bolt there to get it loose enough so you can move the head, so you can get in there. It does come with these. Yep. What am I going to say about them? I'm going to throw them in the bin. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, Genio. I'm going to throw them in the bin. Like, if you're going to put this up somewhere, it's either going to be on brickwork or it's going to be metal. So why don't you supply these with some spaghetti straight up, instead of using these plastic things that no one ever uses because they're just rubbish and they just throw them out and ends up going in the environment. Anyway, what's the power supply on this thing? 12 volts, 1 amp. Doesn't take much power. You'd probably set this up with a battery power supply if you wanted to. That's if you wanted to. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook it up to our network and see if we can get it to go. So yeah, don't know whether I can pull this thing apart. I'd love to pull this thing apart and have a quick look at it. There's got to be a way of doing it. Yep. Anyway, we'll keep moving along.
So shaky. Don't get me in there.
I've got the cat.
You got me.
And that's about it, so we'll leave it at that. Last thing before I put it up, you've got to take the 4 screws out the front and you can put up to 128 meg SD card into the back. That's the back of your camera. So you got your camera at the front, you got a couple of mother processor board. Not sure what this board is. Looks like another processor board. I don't know why they've got 2 of them, but yeah, they've got 3 stacks on the back and it goes into the back. You will need to extend your power cable. Anyway, I'll show you how I'm doing that. Okay, the 4 screws are just the 4 around the outside and the whole thing comes out. Now let's go and put this up. Okay, the cable is a bit short for my camera, so put your multimeter on continuity test. That's a continuity test there, and put the 2 wires together, make sure they beep. Once they beep, you put your 1 lead inside that pin in the center of that pin, which is your positive, and then you work out which one here is your positive lead off those 2 leads, and then you just set it up. Go and get yourself a couple of these plugs, or one of these plugs. In this case I've used a different power supply, which same rating, and because it had a bigger plug it fitted this, and so then you just go at it, put the positive on the positive side of that terminal block where it says positive, and the other one on the negative side, making sure that you don't short the two out, and that'll give you the extension that you need to get outside your house to get your camera working, which is, my camera's out here on the wall. Sorry about the darkness, but I got carried away pulling the camera apart and doing some other stuff. Okay, that's it for this video. Hey guys, I've extended my cabling. I had to extend the antenna because the antenna wasn't picking up outside and wasn't giving me enough connection, and that's probably because of the metal up there, but it should have still given me something, but it didn't. So now, sorry about that, oh, there's the connection up there. So now it's starting to rain. Of course it would rain today, and now I'm going to connect this from GIO to Tuya, T-U-Y-A, because I want to use that to connect to, because you can only see this product on one page. I want to be able to see it, multiple of these cameras in the one page. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to reset it, and then I'm going to do what I did at the start of this video, but just with the app Tuya from the Play Store, and probably you can get it from other places too. Okay, right, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Please thumbs up it if you can, and have a good and safe week, and yeah, from Australia.